Hello and welcome everyone. Today I thought I will share with you some of the information surrounding Samhain, especially for those of us who practice witchcraft or who are pagan or even Wiccan. So let's get on with it. Right, so Samhain is a Celtic festival, also modernly known as the Witches' New Year. It was when livestock in the ancient times was slaughtered for consumption in the winter months and the final crops were harvested. It is actually one of the last of the harvest festivals. A lot of fires and hearths were lit to keep the negative entities away. People used to leave offerings in honor of deities. And it was a perfect time to get ready for the darker months and for winters, as they used to be quite harsh. Samhain was a time when the goddess has descended into the underworld, and hence we have the thinning of the veil between the worlds. We welcome aspects of the crone during this time and the wisdom and the darkness that it carries within it. Some say that Samhain actually translates to the summer's end, and that it is a fire celebration. It's when people gather together and feast and celebrate the ancestors, the harvest and the land around them. So we have a lot of gratitude during this time. Celts used to dress up as animals to confuse the fairies and other entities that wander around. And people, even to this day, would often leave candles on windowsills or at the front of the house even, just a bit like jack-o'-lanterns. Now, some of the most popular vegetables to use as lanterns is pumpkins and turnips, which were used in the ancient times. It's not just like for protection against the negative spirits, but to guide way for the ancestors in order for them to find their home. At this time, a lot of people also believe that the Lady Gwyn, who's a headless woman dressed in a white sort of robe, chases the night wanderers, and she was always accompanied by a black pig. There's lots of stories about the white woman, especially in the Celtic lands. And people, as mentioned probably before, used to hold lots of feasts and suppers where they would prepare a little plate for their ancestors to dine with them and invite the spirits that are more friendly and share the bounty of the season. It's also a time where people believe that lots of impish creatures lurk in corners, in darkness, and sometimes sitting on fences, preying on little children. Sometimes people used to talk about the headless men on horses who carried their heads, riding dark, tall steeds with flaming eyes. And anyone who encountered any of these entities believed to be approaching the end of their time. So it was an omen of death to witness anything that was like an imp or a dark horse or any of these dark entities. There's lots of sightings of fairies during this time as well. And there's lots of myths surrounding Samhain. So overall, Samhain is a festival where we all come together and we celebrate the death and the natural cycle coming to an end. We celebrate the goddess going into the underworld and the veil thinning, and we do it with lots of bonfires, lots of feasts and music, getting together, divination rituals, and of course connecting to our ancestors. And I will be going into more detail about the specific rituals we can perform during this sort of time, and I will make a video on it in the coming week, so all of you should have a little bit of time at least to prepare or draw inspiration on how to celebrate your Samhain. Now, I will give examples of different rituals for those of us who are openly practicing our craft, and for those of us who are in the broom closet. So I hope you join me in the next video, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.